Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Carrow Road. What a difference a few days can make. First and foremost, I'll be completely honest with you. I left Carrow Road on Tuesday feeling pretty downbeat, feeling pretty sad about everything that had unfolded the other night. About where Norwich were, and they just won 4-2 and were in the top six. It felt baffling, and tonight I think is completely contrasting. Everything about today in terms of energy, atmosphere, positivity, performance, result and performance I felt were there in stages on Tuesday anyway, but just the complete package for me here today. Carrow Road at points was jumping. Norwich have scored 4 goals again at home, and for me probably the most complete performance from Norwich City of the season. They've won here 4-1 against the Cardiff side who are out of form and out of sorts, and I thought were probably as poor a side as we've seen at Carrow Road this season in truth. But Norwich City were effective, they were enjoyable, they were ruthless at points, and probably should have won this game by a considerably healthier margin than what they have in the end. The lawnmowers are on, even they're partying as well in the background, so hopefully you can still hear me. But yeah, this was a real enjoyable moment and a real enjoyable performance from Norwich City. A few changes to the side today. David Wagner shuffling his pack quite rightly after what's been quite an intense week for various reasons, but gun in goal, it was a back four of Stacey, Hanley, McLean dropped in because Ben Gibson dropped out late due to illness, and Sam McCallum at left back. Midfield, 2 of Sauer and Nunez, with then Barnes and Sargent, Hernandez and Sainz on either flank, and from the first minute really, Norwich were in command, in control of this contest, and really putting it to Cardiff, and they could have had the lead inside 3 minutes when Ashley Barnes took down and Kenny McLean's pass over the top beautifully. Did well to keep it alive, even though I think the defender did well just to push him away from goal to prevent the shot. But he tees up Josh Sargent, who really should find the back of the net, and in fact puts it in basically the only position that Nat Phillips is in. But I think, given where we'll move on this video verdict, we can forgive him pretty swiftly. And then again, Norwich had a lot of the ball, and it was about trying to unlock Cardiff, and that's why there was probably a 5-minute spell where they just let them in behind twice on the left-hand side. I think Romeo got away the first time, and his cross was kind of palmed away by Gunn straight back out to him, and then he completely misses his kick. And then the second time they get Colwill in behind. Norwich have a couple of attempts to prevent him from getting a ball in. The cross is in. I need to watch it back, but in real time it felt like Angus Gunn could have done more than palm it where he did, and Diedhiou produces the finish. But I think what was pleasing is, and we felt it at Carrow Road all season, and it's not just the responsibility of the fans. I think we've seen goals have an adverse effect on Norwich City as a collective from their performance anyway. But the best compliment I can give to this place and to what happened on the pitch was that opening goal from Cardiff basically didn't affect the game at all. It didn't affect the rhythm of it, the momentum of it, the sway of it. Norwich kept on playing in the way that they had before that. And Cardiff were probably as ineffective as they were before that as well. It was completely against the run of play, but the crowd responded in the right way, and the players responded in the right way as well. They had a few chances. There was a header from Ashley Barnes that was just over. Gabriel Sara hit the post. They had opportunities to score earlier than they did in this contest, but eventually they did find that goal. And from there, really, it was almost a procession. To be honest, they were by far superior against Cardiff this afternoon, and that was incredibly pleasing. As I said, it's basically left them where they were at the start of the day because of other results in terms of 7th, but it's the overall momentum and feeling around it, because it feels at this moment in time like Norwich are in a real groove, and they are in a real groove at this moment in time, and that is incredibly positive, I think, given the way the season has gone. It's 5 wins from 7 now, I think, and 10 unbeaten at home in all competitions, 9 in the league. It's basically since that horrendous day against Blackburn that Norwich have been unbeaten here. So there's a lot, I think, to reflect on today and be positive about, and I guess how contrasting it all was to what we saw the other night, which is really pleasing. So yeah, Cardiff go 1-0 up, and it is, as I said, it takes probably 20 minutes for Norwich to respond, and it's when they do, it's Josh Sargent. Very similar goal, actually. Sam McCallum, who I thought, particularly first half, was excellent in terms of his height, the risk that he took in terms of his positioning. And some of his kind of, they were bullets really from the left wing, crosses that caused problems all day. And actually, I think a testament to just how good Norwich were on that left side. And yes, there's a risk that we spoke about with the goal, that you leave a little bit of space in behind you. But Cardiff actually swapped their wingers around to try and live with McCallum and to try and double up on him, essentially. And even that didn't really have the desired effect. But Nunez with a lovely diagonal ball. McCallum fizzes across. Horvath gets a hand to it, pushes it into the path of Josh Sargent, who, having missed the first one early on, wasn't going to miss this one. And that was a really excellent finish and set Norwich on their way. And then it was obviously the free kick from Gabriel Sara. And, give the assist to my colleague Paddy Davitt, who turned to me and said, "This is going in." He steps up, and I think, it's been a while, actually. Well, I can't remember. Gabriel Sara, I don't think, has scored a free kick for Norwich, but certainly scoring from a direct free kick feels like an absolute age ago, given the quality that Norwich have with Sara, with Nunez. Kenny McLean scored a handful in Scotland as well. They have players who are capable of hurting teams and in dead ball situations. And, it was quite a central area. So to get it up and down with kind of enough pace and enough accuracy on the ball to beat Horvath was quite impressive. It does take a deflection, which inevitably helps that. But you could see that as soon as it left his foot, really, Horvath was scrambling. It took him sort of 3 business days, really, to get anywhere near the ball. But it's in, I think, even if he'd have moved quicker, it's in such a precise area, as I said, partly because of a deflection that is prevented him from getting to it. And from there, as I said, I think really, as soon as Norwich equalised, this game felt like a bit of a procession, and it felt like how much they were going to win it by. But I think that goal came at a really important time because it prevented Cardiff going in, from regrouping, from trying to tactically maybe make themselves a little bit more compact and protect the point. From there, within a couple of minutes, the game changed, and Cardiff had to change and react with it, and that was good. It allowed them. Or it allowed Norwich a bit more space and fluidity in terms of their attacking areas. And I felt the energy that they got. And this is probably a comment. Actually, I'll save it. I'll go through the goals first. The second half, again, followed a similar pattern, really. Norwich came out. They were dominant with the ball. They were aggressive without it. And the third goal, again, is a really positive one. It starts with Kenny McLean in the centre-back area, I think, turning his man. And there's a host of passes. I need to watch it back and count how many exactly. But there's a lovely ball out to Jack Stacey. I'll come on to him in a moment. And it's just an unbelievably clever ball in. Low, he spots Sargent's burst into the box. He's pretty unlucky with the first shot, to be honest. It's an excellent save from Horvath to push it onto the post. But actually, whilst he's off balance, whilst he's falling, to just get something to it and put the ball into the back of the net for his second of the afternoon and his 10th of the season, 10 in 13 games, which, considering he's only played 3 90 minutes, or, well, 2 full matches and 3 90 minutes plus, that's an incredibly impressive return. I wrote a column about him this morning, actually, and you look at the absence of number 9s that there is in world football at the moment. Josh Sargent is, and even, you can go and look at the Championship top goal scorer charts. The kind of absence of a natural, complete number 9 in there is quite telling. The closest you get is Adam Armstrong, and he's not what I would describe as a complete 9. I think he's a very good player at this level, but he's obviously played out wide. He's smaller. He hasn't got the same kind of physical profile as Sargent. And yeah, I mean, Norwich have missed him and miss him. I think you notice it even when he goes off in games. They just lack a little bit of edge up top, and that's a testament to the player that he's developed into. And yeah, it is a case of what if and what could he have done this season? What could Norwich City have done this season if he was fit for those difficult periods? But we can't waste energy thinking and reflecting on that with any real intensity, I don't think. So that put Norwich 3-1 up. That really secured the game. And then the fourth goal is Horvath clears it. Brilliant takedown from Christian Fassnacht. He finds Van Hooijdonk. Van Hooijdonk does very well because strikers, I think, instinctively, when they get into the type of position that he did, particularly when they're looking for their first goal for a club, could have had a shot at goal quite easily and could have put it anywhere, really. Could have found the net, could have hit it over the bar. But he made what was a good chance into a great chance. Had options either side, to be fair. Went with the right one in Fassnacht. It's an excellent finish across the goalkeeper. I know he got credited with the goal on Tuesday night, but that wasn't his goal, really. It was an own goal. But that's now 6th for the season officially for him. And he's a funny player, Christian Fassnacht, because he's not particularly quick. He's not particularly strong. He floats in and out of games. Hello, on How are you?
Good, you, mate.
You're watching me live?
Yeah. Here we
What
are.
do you make of that? Was good, yeah?
Yeah, of course, mate.
There we go. This is
Brilliant.
a bit like... Yeah, very good.
Very good.
You're in a good way at the moment?
Oh, yeah. It's great, yeah? Great.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming up.
Keep going, mate. I love it.
There you go. Onel Hernandez, who is recently done very well, which I'm not just saying that because he's there, by the way. He particularly, I thought he was a bit better on Tuesday, I will say that. So that's the fourth goal, and from there, Norwich City, as I said, I think the game was dead, really, and Norwich were in complete control at that stage, and it was then about whether really they wanted to press down the accelerator and get some more, and they didn't. So that was the game in truth. But as I said, I think this is the most complete performance of the season for me in terms of across a 90-minute piece. We've seen Norwich have real bursts in 20, 30, sometimes even 40-minute spells, but not really throughout a whole 90. And what was so good was their work on the ball and their work in possession was really good. I thought Marcelino Nunez was really influential. Obviously, that you get that benefit, I think, when you play Kenny McLean as a left-sided centre-back, and it's clear that David Wagner likes that kind of right, left-footed nature to it, and likes that right, left-footed sort of combination because it helps Norwich play out. But then also I think the energy that they got from the fullbacks and in their counter press and the mix that they got in midfield, it just felt a very balanced 11 actually, and a very balanced performance, and one where they were able to dominate with and without the ball, and when they didn't have the ball, particularly using kind of the wide areas as traps, the touchline as traps to go after Cardiff and try and win that ball back. So much energy in everything they did today, and aggression and quality as well. They got those intricate details right, and that's why I think they were able to exude so much confidence and dominance onto this fixture, which was really encouraging. And look, they're in a really good groove at the moment. As I said, I think I've been really critical of them this season. For people who've watched this every week and people who like to tell me I'm miserable and whatnot, that's fine. I've been critical of them. I think other people have been critical of them. But where they are at the moment, they're in a really lovely bit of form, a real groove at this moment in time. As I said, you've got players who are producing some excellent performances. Jack Stacey, I think, in the last few weeks has been transformed. He was in a real rut kind of post-Christmas. Obviously he had an illness, but I think that's 3 assists on the bounce, and his quality of his final ball of late, his energy and his work rate to get up and down has been excellent. Marcelino Nunez of late has been building really good performances. Obviously you have Josh Sargent's impact as well, but there are players in there now who are just stringing together some really good performances at a really good time. I think Gabriel Saro wasn't that great on Tuesday, but I thought he was a lot better here today, and just their off the ball energy and aggression has been significantly better. Onel Hernandez, who you've seen, he's shown a little bit. Christian Fashnak's adding a little bit. You've got players now that are improving and performances that are improving, and they're much better when Josh Sargent is on the pitch, as I said. And I spoke to him after the game. There is clearly still some management in terms of his ankle and preserving that and managing that. He didn't train up to Thursday this week, and he felt it wasn't his best display today, but he still could have had a hat-trick. And I think at the moment it's hard to deny that Norwich City have really good momentum, but they've still got a lot of work to do, and they've still got a lot of hurdles to clear, I think. Blackburn next week is going to be tough. I think their away form more generally, they've taken 16 points on the road. That is an area that they will know themselves. They need to improve pretty drastically. But they've got opportunities, and they're in a really good rhythm and groove at this moment in time. I mean, 7 points across this week, even throwing QPR in, which, as I said, I know we all felt a little bit deflated by that, but I said in my verdict at Loftus Road, actually, it would be a result that was defined by the next two. And to score 8 goals and get 6 points here this week, with all the noise, with all of everything that's been going on, I think is a fantastic return. And David Wagner and his playing staff and his coaching team deserve a lot of credit for the work that they've done in the last few weeks to get Norwich City's performances up to this level. Now, obviously, we need to see some consistency within that, and they know that. That's the next challenge. That's the next obstacle they need to clear. But they're in a real groove. But they were in a real groove last season as well. So, I think everyone needs to kind of stay pretty measured about where they are at this moment in time. But as I said, it's exciting. It's pleasing that we're seeing this momentum. We've got players coming into form at the right time. We've got a team performing at the right time as well. And that's encouraging. Now it's about whether we can see that consistency that maybe has deserted them at points this season. But it's clear that certainly in 2024 they've been a much improved side. Crowd, obviously, I spoke about it a little bit. They were fantastic today. I thought it was inevitable. I felt that we'd see a reaction, and we did. and that level of support I think really carried the group. And as I said, even after the first goal, that's the biggest testament that you can give to them, because if that was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Tuesday night, we'd have seen a very different reaction to what we saw. So that was encouraging. And then finally, I wanted to end by saying it was really good to see Kenneth on the bench today. He's a player who scored 11 goals in 14, someone who obviously has been very, very good at under 21 level, and deserves the opportunity. Of course, he's only got in it because Ben Gibson's dropped out late, but it's really good for him. And hopefully it is a moment that Norwich City can convince him that he's best served at Carrow Road, and his future is best served at Carrow Road as well. And if they can keep giving him a sniff of these opportunities, of these moments, particularly here in a group that's winning, it does no harm to anything. On to Blackburn, on to the next one. Norwich City are on a roll, and I'm definitely leaving Carrow Road with a smile on my face tonight, and I think everyone inside this place is as well. Thank you very much for watching, not just today, but every week. Leave a like, subscribe to the Pink and YouTube channel as well. We've got plenty of content to come over the next few days and weeks, and I've got a nice week off now to go and sit down and, to paraphrase a former manager, eat plenty of cake, and I don't like coffee, but I'll drink plenty of tea. Thanks very much for watching from Carrow Road. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sure after tonight you will. Thank you. Bye-bye.